man. Alright.
You are gaining many friends in this city, my friend, defeating the Outlander in a debate. No doubt the philosophers are somewhat less impressed with your feats of physical prowess. I, for one, think your skills are... Certainly. What? That's quite a question. I'm not... Nobody here suspects me to be anything but an overzealous scholar, and I'd like to keep it that way. So you have a flying machine, do you not? Yes, I know about that. The location is public, yet relatively private. Common folk are not welcome on the landing area, so there will be no crowds to hide spies, or an ambush.
Your course is set. The Inquisitor will be waiting at...
If only I could... Oh, hello. I'm sorry, I was just muttering to myself. I'm in some trouble and... Wait! You! You could help me! You're clearly not from around the Imperial City, and I need someone's help most desperately. Someone unaffected by the politics of this place. Well, you see, there's been a mix-up. No, an error. Oh, who am I kidding? Some bastard has changed my play! I am Incisive Chorus, the playwright. I'm sure you've heard of me. And if not, one of my productions has been touring the countryside and catching people's attention. We were asked to bring it into the city and perform here in the Golden Way. The play must go on, but not as they want it. The play's been changed, you see. One very key piece of the play has been rewritten. No! They've changed it from a commentary of man's inhumanity to man to a satire of the Empire. I tell you truthfully that they've lost the whole point of the piece. There's that too. Anyone could take offense. Now I'm doubly concerned. I will gladly offer you the going rate for a leading man, just for a walk-on. I need you to take a role in the play and read the role the, original way. You have a most regal bearing, so I'd expect you'd have no major problems at any rate acting the role of Lady 14 Flowers. If you talk to first-degree thespian Fong up by the pagoda, tell him you're the replacement actor. He'll be desperate, so all you'll have to do is read the proper lines. Of course, all the roles are played by men, or at least women with the decency to pose as men playing women. It can get complex sorting it all out. Here's a copy of the original script for your scene. Pivotal, I assure you. This copy... Hurry over to the large pagoda overlooking the Golden Way and tell Fong that you're the replacement. They won't wait forever. Remember, you'll have to memorize your lines. No script on stage, of course. Also, make sure you read from this script. Now, good... No, you're about to perform, so
Excuse me. You're in my way, and I'm trying to keep an eye out for our replacement actor. You? You're the replacement? Well, why aren't you in costume? If you're going to be playing, there's no time for you to run back and get yours. I'm sure we can find one to fit in the back. Did they give you a copy of the script? Damn your guild's myopic planning. Luckily, the script's recently been revised. So even if you're familiar with the old... Well, a southern noble funded the location and travel for us, but wanted to make a few tweaks. We couldn't afford to miss the exposure. Our writer wasn't that happy, but we accepted the revisions, and here we are. I'm sure your Actors Guild told you that we have standard rates. We'll happily pay you the going rate for a lead, especially since this is short notice. Ruin your scene and you get nothing. Just get at least half the lines correct and the crowd will figure out what's happening. Any less than that, and it becomes one of those obscure plays no one likes. Now, read that script over. Come talk to me when you...
Still have my notes on which ones to use from when the game first came out.
Have you read this? That's the spirit.
Watch closely. We shall see if the informant was accurate.
Imagine condemning the Jade Empire at its heart. The fools.
All of heaven's blessings guide him, but sagacious Tien has been absent from the palace for such a time. His conquests of the northern kingdoms have kept his light from us. All the scattered kingdoms have seen the light of his rule, and our emperor's advisors grow in number. The arable lands to the south, all the way to the useless jungles, which were left as nothing for the Monkey King, are fused into the mighty Jade Empire. To the east, sagacious Tien has spread his light to the very waters themselves. And lo, to the west, he found enlightenment among the hills of the 6 holy scrolls. But what word from the wastes of the horse lords? Aha! What is this? Why, 'tis Lady 14 Flowers. We can only hope she brings word. My dearest Lady 14 Flowers, under what banner does your entourage travel today? Peace in the north? Could this be? Have all the horse lords been subjugated so easily? Heaven smiles upon the Empire today. Your arrival here is certainly welcome, as your kingdom is one of the most recent to join the Jade Empire. We have had word that the hostilities have ceased. Tell me, most gracious lady, when was this momentous decision reached? You phrase that most interestingly, Lady 14 Flowers. Why do I sense there is more to this story? But surely the might of the Jade Empire is unquestionable, and our will to victory unswayed. And tell me, most gracious madam, when the final blow was struck, where was our noble leader? Deep in the wastes of the north? Surely you mean the far edge, the Horse Lord camps broken behind him. There's been nothing but the gentle drafts of spring here in the Imperial City for weeks. With such a chill in the air, was this some time ago? My lady, I sense that there is more to your story than I have gleaned. Perhaps my own perceptions blind me. It seems to me that some part of your story remains untold. Do my questions block the truth? Tell me this, if nothing else, good lady. When the cry for peace rose up, who was it that our great emperor turned to? The heavens had turned to him? These words, are they riddles? Wait, what word is this from the front? The Emperor sends word of his return. The Horse Lords are unconquered, but our forces were undefeatable. What happened to cease the expansion of the Empire, dear lady? A celestial event? Most auspicious. And so, our most noble emperor saw a sign from the heavens. Our mighty armies poised to crush the Horse Lords and stretch the empire to the ends of the earth. But we stopped. For now, even I see that there are limits to ambition, and overreaching those limits invites nothing but disaster. All praise the Emperor, for his wisdom is infinite. My lady, you have my deepest thanks for...
What in the dragon's eye was that? I saw no treason there. Oh, the informant will suffer for a lifetime.
You there, Lady 14 Flowers. The crowd loved it. Fantastic performance. You managed to hit every line perfectly.
You continue to surprise me. I wouldn't have thought you the aspiring actor.
Our sponsor may not be happy with the version you read, but I've always preferred the old version of the play anyway. I guess Incisive Chorus put you up to this, because I know I gave you the new script to study. Good for him. I believe I owe you an actor's fee. Enjoy. I'm glad you were here to fill in. We would have sunk faster than a bottomless boat without a solid Lady 14 flowers on hand. Rather fun. Now I know you're not one of the guild actors. They're never positive about anything. Oh well, no harm done, I'm sure. The performance wouldn't have gone on without you, professional actor or not. Now, if you'll excuse me,
Had your, moment, did you? I never attend my own plays. No, much too nerve-wracking. Someone goes for me. She is very kind to do that. Fantastic! The scholars loved it. One's already asked for a copy of the... Perhaps as many... Here, I promised you this, and you should have it. Yes, that... Oh, so much to do.
The Scourge of the South has destroyed whole village. Out of sheer spite, the Scourge flooded ancient ruins, wantonly destroying our very own. Be on the lookout for the Scourge. Keep an eye out for a young man dressed in plain blues and greens. He is heavily... Reports suggest he is well over 7 feet tall and fully armed. This man is very dangerous. Do not try to apprehend the Scourge of the South.
You've earned quite a name for yourself. At least they didn't get your appearance.
The Scourge associates with nefarious fox spirits, aiding them in their occupation.
An arson. Greetings, citizen. Imperial Captain Sen at your service. Are you one of the mercenaries come... If you are who I'm waiting for, you... Admittedly, you don't resemble the ones described to me, but they're several days late. Criminals with lucrative bounties on their heads. I need help tracking down a pair of criminals. These two scoundrels have eluded my best efforts, so I'm turning to bounty hunters. It's harder to run when your pursuers are not in a uniform.
Captain Sen is a well-respected man here in the city, but something about him makes my skin crawl. His ambition is well hidden.
I'm searching for an arsonist and a notorious confidence man. Find and eliminate either one, and there's a standard... Do you people have... Crafty! Well, since you've seen to the... I'll add an extra percentage to both bounties and find some... A wise decision. The two criminals are Fading Moon and Creative Yukong. Fading Moon is an arsonist who was last spotted heading for the necropolis. Creative Yukong has virtually disappeared, though we may be able to learn something from Lady Rento, the wife of the man Yukong. Fading Moon is an arsonist. Her first fires were in the poor quarters, but her last one spread to the market district. Well, as I said, she confined them to the poor districts. She would have been impossible to catch in that rat's nest. The gates between here and the poorer districts will be closed for some time while repairs are underway. Yukong fleeced some silver from Lord Rento, a powerful man in the Ministry of Harmony. Yukong is a master of disguise, and he has hidden himself somewhere in the city. Lord Rento is away on court business, but his wife informed me that she'd be in the heart of the Empire. She knows the details of the theft better than I. Lord Rento was reluctant to discuss them. Yukong could be anywhere. Right you are.
A group of river-faring businessmen have been attacked and forced to flee. Nobody is safe from this criminal.
Kill.
Legendary strike. Spirit Thief. Legendary strike.
Well, stranger, you have some spirit to you. I could use the skills of a man like you. An honest working man like me can't compare. My name is Shen. I'm the first gravedigger here. It's my job. I've got to dig the holes, fill them, and balance the book. No one seems to want to stay dead, and I can't go refunding all... So, I just want you to do a little job. Well, there'll be a little bit in it for you as well, don't worry. So... Trouble? But now they're coming up all over the place. The last few years they've been becoming more and more common, and more of a problem as well. Especially for me. They don't take too kindly when I try to, tidy up their coffins and things. But it also means I can't use those areas. So... Great. They just bring themselves back up as fast as I can put them in. I'll give... There are 3 main ghosts to deal with. Miss Chan, Merchant Ba... If you need a little something to give you an extra edge, I'm sure I can... Eh? It's not like they need any of that anymore. Then you're no better than me. Is there a...
Not worth it. Well, don't need them.
If you need to find... Help! One of those damn spirits came up right in... It's dead then? Heh, good. Yeah, I guess you could. You got what you...
You're an odious...
Here you go. She had some nice things in her It's not a robbery. We're family. I'm just taking it... Now, go and find those ghosts I...
My style is masterful!
No? No. 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 No.
Legendary strike! Legendary strike! You cannot compare!
No, no, we can't allow that to happen. It would be too much to bear. But this poor wretch isn't much good either. No, not at all. But what else is there? What else is there? Work, damn you, work! Huh? What do you want? You can't have me, corpse. Not yet. You. I'm sorry, I just panicked. Ah, well, my work, you see, while very important, very... I am conducting my research. I am a doctor by trade, studying the internals of the body and the... My daughter, Wen Siwei, has fallen ill, and nothing in my previous training could help me with what ails her. Her liver has been rotted from within. I don't know what it is, but it has prevented her liver from function. I could not stand the possibility of... I researched the workings of the body and the spirit, as well as the lore of the creatures that live beyond. I believe I have found a way to save... I have found a way to strengthen, no, to replace the corrupt flesh of one living creature with that of another. Through the energies of the earth and by the divine will of heaven, her body can be made to accept the organism. But these cursed, wretched corpses do nothing for me. They are too old. I need something else. Something more. Either one that is perfectly preserved or one that is fresh. Her time is drawing near. If I need a liver that has been perfectly preserved, even a short time after death, the flesh begins to... I have tried all the organs I could find, but none work. A nobleman here... I would give anything to see her say, I must do the operation myself. I need a liver that has been perfectly preserved. I have tried... Thank you. The nobleman was... His corpse had risen.
Legendary strike. Spirit Thief. Legendary strike. Spirit Thief. Legendary strike. Spirit Thief. Legendary strike.
Oops.
They tried to take from me, and they died. I feasted on their souls. Such is the evil I was in life, and am again in death. The underworld has no place for me. Ji-Sin lives. You seek me? You seek one soul to live and feed in death. A chance to repent. Can it be that after all this time... What is this chance, you... A girl. After so long, a girl. Redemption for one such as me? I think not. My life for one whose madness and evil progress even into death. Ah, the temptation, yes. So much, but for the chance. And it is the blood is thick in my veins. A solid mass where fluid used to flow, now dried and brittle. My life has been wasted on my own sins. And in death, if my end means this girl lives, then may the heavens look kindly upon me, even though I know that. Take what you...
That was easy. I think she gets corrupted if you just beat him and take it.
it done. It's a perfectly reasonable... No! Have... Yes, yes. It looks like it's been preserved well. Now I must begin quickly. Her life... It looks like the operation has worked. She should be safe now. Her breathing has slowed and her heart rate is returning to normal levels. It will be some time before she can stand on her own again. Thank you, stranger, for what you have done for me. As I must take her to a place where she can heal. You...
Thank you for what you have done. I have been redeemed in my own eyes and in the eyes of heaven.
Please, bring me my baby, please. Where is he? Yes, if you... He was only a few moments old when that vile man took him from... Please find my baby. Please. You have to help me find him. Shen must know where... Find that hideous little man and...
You. What do you want? Have you come to torture me more? Have you come to see me suffer here unavenged? You know of me? You've heard about the pain... You can understand? You don't run in terror like the rest. Instead, you talk... I was a merchant in life. Not a rich one, but I made enough to survive. I sold... At the time, there were a pair of brothers, Seat Su and Si Ran, who were the terror of the streets. When I wouldn't give them what they wanted, they decided to make an example of... They terrorized the city for weeks after that, but they were finally run down. They were buried here, with me. Their deaths executed. My spirit cannot rest quiet with them here. Even now... Yes! If my killers are at least removed from this world. They were common criminals, so they were not given a normal burial. They were dumped in a Thank you, stranger.
You are finished!
Ah, look who has come to see us. A mortal, then? Shall we feast, brother?
Yes.
Legendary strike!
Thank you. I feel as if... Here, let me show you this. Something Shen hasn't found yet.
I'll have her head! That cheating, lying sow, sullying the Ren name and Ren Fang, if I ever... You've heard of me? What do you know? I exist only for revenge. Revenge on my wife, who after poisoned me. How can I let the past go when my very reason for existing in this world still is her? We'd been having fights, my wife and I, and she decided to end it. That whore decided that I wasn't good enough for her, that she would just move. But I have to... Most likely, she's still at our old home. It's in the...
The grave digging... What... Ah, Miss Chan. She died in childbirth, and the baby died with her. Her family put her in the family plot along with her... She seems to think that I killed her baby, or took it, or something. Maybe she saw me take... That's valuable retail. Her baby? Not much. It's in one of the plots there, I'm sure. But it was short, I know that. Definitely less than 3 words. Anything... He was buried by his wife a short while ago. I don't know what... His wife's still around, though. She won't visit since he came... His wife... She's still around. Anything... Well, that... Here's the reward. Now, if you find any more, remember, I'll pay good... Any... is... Well...
dancing pretty lights. You'll scream like a demon. There's more than that on my head. There's a crown. You'll scream like those maggot people leeching.
Stone immortal. Long
Say. Mind plus 3, spirit plus 3. No, I want to keep that. And that one. Alright.
This site was to be my father's tomb. I doubt he knows what use Death's Hand has put it to. Hello again. Meet the executioner in the arena, or go back to your flock. We've gone... My Death's Hand... He has been present for as long as I can remember. My father was very caring when I was a child. Now he is cold and distant. I... This is an ancient repository of knowledge. It contains records of the Empire. This is Sessions or something.
Please, can't believe anything you say. Words lie. People lie. If your lies are true, then Shen, that murdering monster, would have buried him here. My family would have named him after I passed beyond. Shen... He was my darling child. My only son. I had planned... I remember... There was an... Please!
The grave digging... What? She died in child. She's... That... Her baby? Not much. It's in one of the plots there. I'm sure you can find it if you look. But it was short. I know that. Anything...
Guy's wife.
I have been here.
Ah, it's you. I wanted the chance to thank you again for what you have done. I thank you once more.
Hello again. Well, it's the best of its kind and all. Having two masters has really hurt the school, if you ask me. If it was me, I'd just kick one of the masters out on his ear. I'd like to tell you which one, too, but I'd better not. Not much to tell, really. I've been When they asked me to work for the school exclusively, I accepted. And every once in a while, I get to make something unique. The master... Here...
Don't worry, son. Good day, sir. No, I can tell from your everyone I send for disappears. There are powers. I am Prefect Jitong. It is my duty to ensure that convicted criminals in the city are sentenced to I have in my custody a suspected slave trader, Chandler Ling, but one of the high-ranking... The man they want to accuse, Scholar Sun Tao, is a friend of mine, and I'm certain of his Really? You will help me? Thank you! If I can't prove Ling's guilt, I'll be forced to sentence Song Tao to death. But every time I ask... Our best lead is Zibao, the last person known to have spoken with Ling before his arrest. But Bao knows... I've known Scholar Song Tao for several years. His uncle and my father were good friends. I only wish I knew why the governor wants him accused of this crime. If you want to know more about Song Tao, you should speak with him yourself. Chandler Ling is a well-respected businessman and merchant here in the city. Until recently, I had no reason to suspect him of any wrongdoing. When I investigated Ling's shop, I found a valuable knife that I had purposely entrusted to one of my men, a man who has since disappeared. Chandler Ling had a knife belonging to a man whose body couldn't be found. That was all the evidence I required. I have no idea. The two men were seen together before we arrested Ling, but I have no other information about Zibao. He spends most of his time in the heart of the Empire Tavern, and he doesn't seem to have dealings with anyone else besides Chandler Ling. I know if I went to speak with him, I would get nowhere. But you could speak to him without raising suspicion. I wish there was something... Whoever is behind the slavers must have a great deal of... good.
Do we have time to deal with this?
I don't know why you're wasting your time. I'm no fool. Those men haven't returned, and I can assure you it isn't because they've decided to take a holiday. Chasing after criminals is dangerous work. Obviously, there are risks involved. Why would you risk yourself when even the local minister... What's to tell? I'm a merchant and quite a good one. You likely haven't heard of me simply because I have a very elite clientele. The average person on the street cannot afford the... Other than my occupation, I suspect we are very much the same, you and I. Doing? I wasn't doing anything more than I usually do in a day's work. I was selling my wares to a few of my preferred clients. Prefect Jitong was one of them. The next thing I know, guards confiscate my goods and tell me I'm suspected of slave trading. It was likely the most ludicrous thing I've ever been told. Of course, the prefect claims that some of my items belong to his missing men, but that doesn't mean I took the items from their lifeless bodies. In a given day, I meet with several buyers and probably twice as many sellers. My job is to determine whether something is worth buying, not whether the seller is worth buying from. If I see a bargain, I don't care who the seller is. Suffice to say, those items could be from any number of sellers. I don't recall who sold them to me, but that certainly doesn't make me guilty of... I can honestly say I had never met or heard of the man until he was arrested. He's obviously not wealthy enough to be one of my... Apparently, he spends a good deal of time with the poorer. Doesn't strike you as a bit odd? A scholar with all the benefits that position...
So you think you can free me? Prefect Jitong has sent many good men to their deaths trying to free me. I hope you won't get into similar trouble. Well, that's what Jitong fears. I have no reason to doubt him. Besides, why else would the men not return and their belongings suddenly...
Pure coincidence. It's not proof. It's purely...
At any rate, it seems likely that's what has happened to the men. I feel terrible for them, but I have my own problems to deal with, as you can see. I am a scholar, though still a junior scholar by most regard. It's a good life, though I can't help feeling guilty sometimes. The scholars and philosophers have many privileges, while so many live with so little. I spend my spare time in the poor quarters, helping where I can. If I have any extra money, I use it to help the people there. I don't know. I was just down in the poor quarters, helping a family with some repairs on their hut. They told me I was suspected of abducting people from the poor quarters. I admit I spend time in the poor quarters, but I don't try to hide it. I'm there several times a week, in fact, usually... Well, nothing really. I'd never heard of them before this. I heard... Nothing. One of the... But it was...
Yes, Yes. My husband? My husband is... And he still wants me dead. It breaks my heart to hear it. Not a day goes by that I... It should never have happened. I was preparing dinner for him, as I normally did, but it burned, so I went and bought some food already prepared. It was the salmon. I knew it smelled odd when I bought it, but the price was right. Yes, it is. No matter what you say, I will live the rest of my life with this guilt. I have tried to visit his grave, but his madness knows no bounds. He never listens to me. He doesn't give me a chance, but... Yes, if we went together, he might listen. Can we go now?
You? You're back to gloat over this victory of yours, Harpy? Causing my torment and death, is that satisfying to you? How can you be so certain? How can you believe her after you know what she's done to me?
Because he believes me. He has seen me at our home mourning for you still. Not a day has gone by where I didn't cry over your death. It almost makes me wish you'd have your wish.
Feng, you really do care. Then all this time... Yes, you are deserving of such a... You killed me, but I see now in those eyes I fell in love with...
Thank you for what you have done, for both of us.
Stone him or... Legendary strike. I have been healed.
Have you... Are you sure? This is him! My poor darling. Chen, too. He is truly dead after all. I could not bring myself to believe it. Dead before his time. He
Stone him or... Legendary strike.
The grave digging... What? What? Well, that's a relief. Here's the reward, I promise. Now, if you find any more, remember, I'll pay anything. Good riddance. Hells, it was probably his old Here's the reward. You know, you've done a lot of good here in the necropolis. You've managed to clear out pretty... One spirit didn't stay here at all, though. Took up his body and left. Now that was an expensive burial. I can't give refunds like that. It's bad for I need you to go to the tanners in the city core and put his father back in his grave once and for all. It's Is there anything else you need right now? Well...
Sipasayer ki unir, Juanur Shinronis. Owo Sayer Uyukap. Owo Sayer Uyukap Tantharunda. Owo Sayer Uyukap Tantharundano.
Owo Sun Ponono. Sair Yagoak, Coconato Siri Panonenico. Otowe Ukawana I Usoana da Hoki. Niato Wono.
Can't you tell?
O no you will. Okay, fucker. Ikirnik Tine Piu. Niato Nonapadi Irovir. Wo Anania if Konir Fuk no Sanko. The see thing. Ikirnik Tine Piu.
Wo Apaweer Sun Urk Fonir Uk. Ak Nukwayer to Ak Ikruir, Nuka Pifu Tatuir Quay.
Okay, fucker, ni Ukoristo Wipo.
Koniak Anatir, Udquayer, Okyo will Rufir ni Sayer Shenafushpa, Sayer Renkipa, Sayer. Akwiwo Ofir, San Kasowir, wo see you Tana.
Ukirwir, no Fantayana Ukonan, Niato non.
Wo Apaweer Sun Urk Fonir Uk, Uxier Safit Kup Wosarki.
Qua Ayer, Kiyer Ionibut.
Ono you will rap here, Sakwan.
You should respect.
Qua Ayer, Irkana. Wo Nikasurier Kwana no Kasairi.
Ono you will Napair, wo Choir Shapshire fan. Ono you sa.
Tawe ear Kawana ear so.
Wo Kausoir no Kawo.
Irkana. Wo Nik.
There are rumors flitting about the city that you seek the attentions of the executioners.
You are a novice with no standing in the arena. Then show it with your skills, not your mouth. Anyone can talk about their victories. I need people who let action. If you were to knock Iron Soldier from his perch as... I will be here if you wish to petition me further, but I don't acknowledge...
What do you want? Do I know you? Really? Lots of people know me, so what? I'm a little busy right now. I've got to... Who? I don't know anybody by that name. Leave me alone. Look, you don't have to get that way. These guys are ruthless. I'm just looking out for my... Come on. I'll take you there now, but I can't promise you'll get a warm reception.
Zibao, what is the meaning of this? Summoning me to this place was bad enough. You know I can't stand the stench of these beasts. I've already dealt with the last shipment of slaves, and with that damned prefect poking into our affairs, we have to be... Now, there's an unknown... Song Tao, isn't that the fool who's taking the fall for Chandler Ling? Well, you've overheard your evidence. Zibao was a fool to bring anyone here. We can't afford. Get 'em, boys. But don't...
Legendary strike. Long sword.
This has gone far enough. You're far better than the last dog who dared cross us. I have an eye for raw talent. That helped. Who are you? And why are you here? You're clearly... You are with Jitong. Unless he was dipped in silver recently, there's... You're better than that. You've just shown me you're... Someone like you deserves to work with me. If only I had a silver cord.
Many people.
You deserve it.
Crimson Kana is the champion of this round. Kailan is truly in charge of this place because of... It's nothing to concern yourself with. If anything comes up with the guild or the serpent, I will negotiate. Now that you have qualified for the bronze division, the stars themselves need to... The guards rounded up a group of subhuman things around the great... Are you...
These monsters crave the flesh of man.
Legendary strike. Long sword.
That was a good start to the bronze division. Next, you're going to step into what we call the Pit of Pain. The arena floor will be set up with ancient magical devices. Your job is to stay on your feet for the course of the match while they fling dead... Are you... Excellent.
The Pit of Pain. Only the quick survive its fiery embrace.
Legendary strike.
Fantastic! A test of speed passed with exceptional celery. Now
Your sudden and polite silences are always appreciated, Kui. I'm sure you won't mind. Kylon the Serpent has, as promised, been watching you intently. You have impressed him so far, and he is interested to see how you fare in your next match. The Serpent foresees your victory in the next match, and he has backed his prediction with silver. He sincerely hopes that his faith in your skills was not misplaced. That is all.
Ah, well, I'm certain that won't be a... yes, your next fight. There's been a... I have word that you're going to be facing a fighter specially chosen from... I was originally thinking that you'd done well enough to face Crimson Kana. The Guild's the organization that controls the betting here. That's not... I have to bow to certain pressures. I don't like it that much, but smart men don't voice that opinion too loudly. Not around here. I'm certain it... Are you... Heck...
Many of you are asking yourselves why the Serpent would return to the ring. Am I not retired? Yes! But does that mean I do not care about your entertainment? No! We've all seen the flawless technique of the soaring star that is Silver Phoenix. Now, it is time to put these aptly demonstrated skills to the test. And so, the Serpent gives you a real spectacle. Have your silver handy to place your wagers. I give you Evil and Terror incarnate.
Stone Immortal. Longsword.
That was an exceptional fight. I haven't seen demons in the ring before. No one questions your skill. I'm convinced that you deserve a That reminds me, I was asked to instruct you to talk with Lucky Chuck. He didn't say, and go, speak with him.
Ukir kawuir wo fonir ir karanos sakupono. Uksir watuafu ni froto usosawir uktatasir ni ryoki.
From what I know of them, the Guild doesn't usually conduct business this open.
I don't know you, but you're in here, so I know you're not common. You're not half bad for a man. You're in my... Sweet Poison Lynn's my name, and I... Magical and...
Aren't you a sight? Especially such a...
Notice the painted face.
I would love to chat with you, and I'm on exclusive retainer with...
Before you face Kana, I'd like to present you with a mutually beneficial arrangement. Fortunately for you, my employer, Kailan the Serpent, has a vested interest in your success against Kana. This is Sweet Poison Lin, a master of the Toxicant arts. Sweet Poison, standing before...
Your introductions are unnecessary, Cho. I know this one personally.
Not even if it offers you a chance at the Crimson Kana's rise to Brown's division champion has been good for business, but she believes that the Serpent runs the arena with little concern for honor, and the Serpent and I believe that Kana needs to be stopped. We want you to replace her as the Bronze champion.
It should be a simple matter to slip a slow-acting but extreme...
She will be dealt with regardless. Why not Ben?
When Cho approached me regarding this matter, I felt that it might be in the best interests of...
If you accept, the guild will cover half of Lin's usual fee. The remaining costs... If that is your choice, then so be it. You may... I strongly advise you not to bring this up to anyone.
This Kana woman would appreciate...
Our business is concluded.
Quaff. Säger ujufris pat. Säger kunni kakno aku kwawir fuisir aku fagita. Säger caritas fonir säger furk tatasir karano sakupono. Säger watawafu ni foto onowiri fuiro parir noka sisayer na workut tanti. Laka wo na wir sayer sansinoka uknapir. Narawir, wo saya pini. Wo
I want to hear that you're... What? Until the guilds are...
Silver Phoenix stands to take control of the Bronze Division from Crimson Kana.
You are finished!
Kana's winning streak has been broken at last. I don't know if you've heard, but Kana has proclaimed that the first...
Saya piniers.
Come now, the arena works on a strict... I'm sorry, but there's... Now! Your large friend there was once a This is his business, though. Why not... When you...
Wosa wire noka ukraproni apawafa sons. Wowa mikra for wowos. Uplironi sayer tatasiyeru you. Wo nawir siyer funi winyanakan. Sata kwa wir ni wosa wir sawa wira suir cook. Wosa wire noka ukraproni apawafa sons siyer tuyero. Wo ifu wir uk sunurk danowe na wafta tasiyeruk. Onwi onowiri fuiro tarir noka sisayer na workut tanti. Wosa wire noka ukraproni apawafa sonsiyer tuyero. Wosayer pinir sokart ayawie. Tier nik puntuye poer.
The Bronze Division champion approaches. I hope you're... Remember, soldiers the champ...
Dogs nipping at my heels aren't worthy.
What? Now that you are champion of the Bronze Division, a demon has been added to the regular roster since your... This is indeed an honor. Excellent.
Will the demon rend flesh from bone, or will a lone warrior prove stronger?
Double save. Long sword.
Another demon falls. Kylon the Serpent wishes to speak with you. You have already been granted access to the back room of the arena, and the Serpent's... Oh, and one other thing. The Serpent has requested that you visitate him alone. I know you usually have a friend with you, but they'll have to remain behind for this meeting.
We should have told you that Kylon will only see you.
This is almost sad. Am I truly so threatening?
It is vital that we talk a moment. You handled yourself well against the demonic servitor. It was a rewarding experience. You are a young man, but I know you may find that certain opportunities, mutually rewarding arrangements between us, will come your way in the near future. Jade is such a pedestrian. Like the fountains that channel water throughout the land, I spread entertainment to the people. Right now is an interesting time for an organization known as the Guild. Our organization is involved in many different activities. I am suggesting that the Guild, you see, has recently developed a vacancy in its upper echelons. I intend to replace him in that... Did you? An interesting claim. And one I'm not sure. If you are the one who killed Gao, then I owe you a favor. There is the matter, however, of your friend, Whirlwind. I'm sure you... Useful. Whirlwind's past is certainly a colorful one. Did he tell you that he was thrown out of the arena? Public displays of rage and drunkenness, uttered threats of murder, excessive violence, property damage, and I believe several charges of death. If you trust him, you are a fool. The Black Whirlwind... We couldn't let him fight as he was, so he left. His brother, Raging Ox, wisely... You could reach that point yourself. To become champion yourself, you will need... a wise position to... You see... What is that noise?
Hey, you can't...
Damn you, serpent! I'll kill you where you stand!
No, you won't, Whirlwind. Just like last time, you will leave. I can see that this we may talk.
We're leaving now. You and I... Look, you can't trust Kylon. I know he was probably offering you the world, or maybe all the wine in it if he were really crafty, but...
You didn't honestly think you were going to slip down here after that little display, did you, Whirlwind?
Step back, Joe. For once in my life, I've got something important to tell someone.
You have nothing important to say, you lummox. You've embarrassed Kylon the Serpent, and I'm going to make sure you never get a chance to repeat your performance.
I've been waiting for this. Time to cut off the serpent's tail!
Double saber! Long sword! Legendary strike! This is your downfall.
He fought like a monster for a little guy. Good point, but he was particularly plucky. It's nice when they... Not the first time I've gone up against one of Kyle. Remember I told you I used to fight in the arena? Well, The arena was about the same as it is now. Kui and Kylon were there, and Lucky Cho, too. But he was just a runt back then. My brother became the arena champion. The Raging Ox. Raging Ox was one of Kylon's men. Well, he wasn't always. Kylon approached me first. When Ox joined up with Kylon, I stopped getting good matches. Ox was fighting his way to becoming champion, and doing a little work for the guild on the side. He was so cocksure and wouldn't listen to his older brother. Soon Ox became Kylon's enforcer and carried out his bidding. He'd skulk around and roll. One night I followed Ox back to Kylon's. I was drunk and I was mad. But Kylon was there. He tried to interfere. I attacked him, and Kylon just stood there, smiling. I would have killed him if I wasn't so stunned. After that, I left. For the first time... You do what you have to in the arena. Lucky Cho's death just put you on the Serpent's wanted list. I'd really like to see Kylon's face if you become... Come on.
While I cannot see you, are you...
want to hear that you're... This next fight should be fairly simple. These are tougher than the students. Are you...
We found him just like this.
You did?
3 Reach, the old stableman, found him. He kept everyone else out.
We can trust him. What about Cho? Do we know who's responsible?
Last I saw of him, he was following
He fights next. Replace the men slated for that match with our own. And ensure that their blades are... Even the ancient magic of this...
It will be done. What about Lucky Cho? There are hundreds of people here to see...
Then we don't. We must...
Flashing blades and deadly grace.
Longsword. Legendary strike.
I do not know who those men were. The fighters I picked for you to face were not. The wards are useless against poison. Those men were Kailan's, not mine. I keep myself... Just before you came up here, I received word from one of the guilds. I believe they feel Kailan's actions were not appropriated to the situation. You shouldn't have to fear assassins again, not after that message. You are not hearing this from me, but tensions have risen between the... You may feel caught in the middle, but the weather sages say the eye of... We've had a request from the Imperial Army. They want one... I've decided to put you up against... Are you ready?
The Imperial Army honors us with a most unique trial.
Longsword.
I knew you could defeat those things. The Imperial Army's telling me they figured out some way to improve... Thanks to you. I say stick to traditional soldiers. Sagacious Tien needed no machines to build the Empire. I rushed out notification of this match, and It's rare that the Silver Division rests balanced against a single... That's nothing compared to the skills of Silver Phoenix, who has soared so high so quickly. Words like those spread like raging flames. Will you face Soldier now? The Silver Division Championship awaits you. Excellent. Follow me and we'll get you ready for your next match.
And Silver Phoenix takes the Silver Division. Iron Soldier will not fall easily.
Soldier is a worthy opponent. I hope you understand how many warriors have tried to extrapolate him from the Silver Division Championship. Be proud! From here, your battles will be even harder. Impress the crowd, and you will have your chance against the... Surely this was... I know you feel like a rising... Now that the Gold Division is the toughest series. Your first match will be a rare challenge. There is a style that was banned from the tournament combat. That is something best discovered for yourself. I do not believe in outdated prohabitations. As you may see, this style is not fair for single combat, but it is a fair test of a master warrior's ability. Excellent.
The Phoenix Unity is among the rarest of styles. No one person has defeated it. Yet.
Stone Immortal.
Longsword, you will fall.
I am perfection. Stone Immortal.
Legends say that the Phoenix Unity style was banned from tournaments because of... That was exactly how I wanted your Gold Division matches. I was going to do something different, but I've had a request from the Sung Brothers. I'm not quite sure what that means, but if they want to face you, then I require that any fighter who wishes to face the Ravager be able to... Well, at least not before the gong stops ringing, at any rate. Excellent.
Speed, might, and magic will be needed to defeat these brothers three.
3 opponents at once, all of them exceptionally skilled. I thought no one could impass them, but you have. Defeating their combinated might has impressed the crowd immensely. You pull in the egregious crowds, it's true, but for 1,000 years, this is your moment of... Now that I want to give you a shot at... I'm going to hold an event so huge that it will rock the... You will be a man alone against... You must stand against them all, and when you do...
Time to take you down a peg.
I think it's going to be a fun challenge. You might even survive if you pace yourself.
The concept... If you can defeat your foe with exceptious electricity, then you have a... You will be facing all the champs. You will be the first. As I said, Are you ready for me to...
The Imperial engagement begins! An ogre begins the onslaught! Hapless Hand enters the fray!
Legendary strike. Longsword. Stone immortal.
What is the greater foe? Exhaustion or a fiend fallen from the heavens?
Longsword.
Iron Soldier makes another foray against his nemesis.
Legendary strike. Longsword.
How long can one warrior last, battling a tide of foes? For this battle, Sung Bu enters alone. His speed is unmatched.
Legendary strike. Spirit. You will fall.
The towering strength of Sung Bu crashes upon the ring.
Legendary strike. You cannot compare.
The master of mysticism is the last to enter this epic confrontation.
I need heat. Spirit heat. I need longsword. Spirit thief. You will fall. strike.
You have just emerged the victor from a multitudinous concretion of raw fighting talent. Amazing! The crowd loves you, and you have proven yourself. But you must think of your safety. The Ravager strikes with... No one knows. His strength is almost... Your match could end in death. It almost happened when Sung Bu faced him alone, and he was the last of... The Ravager grows more fierce with each fight, as if time were... Things... You know, he's... It is that time. Excellent. Follow...
This fight will not happen. This fighter is not worthy of facing a true Imperial champion. The Ravager will not waste time with one so new to the ring. One must face the test of time to even challenge the Imperial champion. Good people, I do this for you. Would you have an... Silence! You have spoken, and I have heard. Your will be done. I give you the Ravager!
Stone Immortal. I must. Legendary Strike. Spirit. Longsword. This is your...
You know, he...
Good. Shot.
Spirit Longsword. My style.
If you have even the tiniest bit of sense, Whirlwind, you'll realize that you should thank me.
What have you done to my brother?
Your brother was a useful tool. After you cut him down while he defended me, I decided it would be too much bother. And so the Ravager was born.
I should kill you here and now. But first...
You have done nothing. I still took your brother.
And I took him back and repaid the favor.
You will not. I invoke the right of challenge. As an ex-champion...
But the right of...
Very well. You need not accept the pre...
Instead, accept that my...
So, Stripling, what do you say? Are you...
No, you are not the current champion, Serpent. My brother was, and... Or you are, magician. Allow me to accept his challenge on your behalf, Master. I will not fail you.
Never. I will not allow us...
They do have the right, Serpent. You substituted the demon in place of one of your guild men.
Damn you all. Fine. I will fight the shade.
This has all gone horribly wrong. Do you know how many rules and regulations that breaks? It's a But you can stop him. I need you.
Ah, excellent. I have many items just waiting for you.
Your victories are impossible for the other fighters to ignore. Perhaps you have potential that you are not even aware of. Do you think you stand a chance of joining the Lotus? That is a strong position to take, and one that we respect. If you survive, you will join an order unlike any other. We enforce the will of Death's Hand, and this will be your responsibility. Can you look on silver coins, golden tablets, or prophesized art? Then we will waste no more time. You are at. It lies at the far side of the burial ground that is the necropolis, which you may reach through the rich section of the city. I expect great things of you. Not many of our recruits possess both. Indeed. Many others think that they are above the norm. I am well aware of those who come with you, their strengths and their weaknesses. Am I? Or do you doubt your own abilities to deal with them if proven true? If you survive your training and remain in control.
I never enjoy controlling.
Your friend is ready to fight. When he was here before, he was... Are you... Excellent!
The Black Whirlwind returns to the ring to face the Serpent! Might meets magic!
Well, I know it's anticlimactic, but you did earn it. Congratulations, champion. I wish that I had enough. I will not dishonor you with appearing to those who cannot match your skill. Champion, it has been an honor to should anyone appear to challenge you, I will let you know.
It would be hard to find anyone in this city who does not recognize our new champion. I want what you want. We had to address the issue of Kailan sooner or later. His open policy did not fit well with our philosophy of discretion. His power ran deep. He would have taken our organization even further down Gao the Greater's. Indeed. Then you will be happy to know of the Guild's decision. Let us just say that cooler heads prevail. The current sentiment, thus we propose a truce. Your feud, or whatever it was, with Kailan died with him. You pushed too far. What? You have a keen eye for the politics of this city. I have a scroll for you that details a most ancient technique, once taught only. In observing Kailan, I had no choice but to watch the fights of Silver Phoenix. It was the most We will not speak of this again. What do you... Mad...
I don't want to talk to you. I had a good thing going with the serpent. He paid a handsome... Now that's...
What? Tried that once, and it didn't work out. Prefect Mu Hong pledged his daughter Mi Shan to me after I cleared his district of bandits. She wasn't ugly, so I agreed. The night of the wedding feast, I got more than a little drunk, and in the morning I woke up. I got up and went into my bride's room, and there was a strange man in her bed. I killed the bastard and was about to kill her when me... Apparently, I had just killed her sister's husband and was about to... The brother-in-law's family was pissed, and so was the prefect when he found out about his... I killed them all swiftly. None of them suffered. Still, Mishan wouldn't leave with me. What? I'm a fighter.
Not much to... No. Your skills would just waste away with no challenges.
I'm not really in the mood for company. Judge Fe...
Wow, the Imperial Champion. Hey, it's a real... Nothing personal, but we work for Fang, and he doesn't want anyone blocking... I guess he figures the more he talks to you, the less time you have to inflict... Not without an appointment.
and his schedule's full for the next month. Hold him. If he's not meeting with the minister, he's relaxing here, hoping to see... Yeah, that or he's taking a break with Breezes. Gentle Breezes. She's Fang's, concubine. She's over in the next room with the common folk. He, doesn't mind. I wouldn't call him sick and twisted. That's an insult. I never used to believe the stories, but now that I'm working for him, I can honestly say he's the most... But he pays well. Very well. And... Forget it. I won't go into details about what Fang did to the last guard. Fang watched the whole thing. Thank...
Don't you just love the Imperial Arena? Wait a moment. You're... Oh, poor Yukong. Captain Sen's still willing to do my husband's bidding and hunt him down, is he? I swear, my husband is insufferable. Yukong's a harmless aspiring... Since my husband was away from the city, again, I accepted and gave Yukong a moderate stipend. I thought he was charming. That was how my husband presented the situation to the authorities. He did... My husband's a fool, but when he lowers his head, all I can do is let him charge and hope he rams something solid enough to slow him. Probably less than my husband is putting forth as a bounty. I would wager that you'll find him in the Scholar's Garden. I'm sure you heard about it when it was performed in the Golden Way. Yukong was going to try out for a role as a scholar, so he may be using his... If you... The poor boy did nothing. Good luck with your search.
You return once again. That... I have been healed. I have been healed.
Don't pester me, or I'll find something to arrest you for.
Always, I say... You look...
So, things are looking up. You... With the recommendation of the executioner, the others will welcome you.
I can't agree with this. You don't know what you're getting into.
Really? What did you see while hiding in your swamp? I've observed Death's Hand for years, both in the palace and elsewhere.
You could have 4 faces and a different name and wardrobe for each, and you still would not...
Then what?
I don't know. But his power does not come from study or skill. He is something darker, and we should not be trying to enter his lair.
It sounds like Sagacious Zoo wants to go back into hiding. Or perhaps the nursery? Pay no attention, not everyone.
You don't know what they...
The matter is settled. Go sulk.
This is not helping anything. Are we any closer to getting to the Lotus Assassin so this accursed won't...
Oh, she spits fire at last. Now I s... But I'm sure you can appease her. You've already gained the recommendation of the Lotus. You could also seek out the Inquisitor and gain his recommendation as well, but the...
And after we find the evidence against Death's Hand, you will take us to the palace to find Master Li?
I promise, Little Dawn. You have permission, so there won't be any trouble entering. It's only after we have the evidence...
It would still be good to get some information first. So Where is he?
Well, you... No.
Zoo would not...
The Lotus Assassin Fortress is in the far end of the necropolis. They shouldn't give you... The Inquisitor will have some task that needs addressing, I'm sure. I don't understand. You've gained the favor of the Lotus... Is there something you... About me? I do not remember ever being allowed to just be a child. My mother died when I was born, shortly before the end of the long drought and the fall of my uncles. I was in the care of tutors too afraid to punish me and too ingratiating to teach me anything useful. I quickly found ways to sneak away from the palace. They dared not report my excursions for fear they would be punished. Yes, it was. I didn't fully understand the risk and made some mistakes. But in the end, what I have become is a result of that. In the city, I met the people, the peasants, They never realized who I was. I'm sure they would have been terrified of... That life was exciting, but also useful. Even Lotus assassins overlooked the beggar on the street. You announce your questions like a wild animal with... Ah, the shadow behind my public self. How else can a curious princess learn what really happens in her domain? I don't have time to interpret the veiled statements of advisors, so People will not speak to the princess. Bad news kills the messenger first. Silk Fox knows how to persuade. There are many excuses for a vain princess to retreat from sight for days. And if courtiers ever discovered that I was not where I said I would be, who would dare question that? I may eschew the formality of it, but being the I do not like to speak about. It is filled with sycophants. It is... The Imperial Court perform... When I succeed my father, there... We need to stay...
Well, well. I've given some thought to the strange device that I was inspired... just a few tweaks. Tight fit. There we go. It's ready. Now we can finally find out just what it does. After I name it, of course. Nothing works right until you name it. How about the confoundable minutia? What? No, impossible. I fixed it. Oh, where'd the city go? Well, that was anticlimactic. A flash of light, but no resounding boom. What good is such a light if Earth doesn't meet sky? What? Oh my. It seems we have transported to a...
I like this mode of travel even less than your flying bug-eyed barrel. Besides,
Good idea. Something about this place makes me want to explore...
Bah, waste of time. Call me if one of these big buckets turns out to be a distillery.
this? It's a marvel, a wonder. I haven't the slightest idea. These machines, they are manipulators, fabricators. I can only come to one conclusion. Lord Lau's furnace.
And what? I know that name. Constructed a wine press for the celestial whatevers that crushed
Legendary, mythical, and overrated. Artificer to the celestial bureaucracy, he creates machines that themselves also create. Still, he is an inspirational figure for inventors, and we are in his playhouse. You select the machines you want to activate, and then the time. Don't worry. The individual machines are not activated. I think the switch is... You also have to select a fuel. It looks like there are a few pieces of... Well, judging by the pile of ashes I found near the controls, if you do it wrong, it looks like a powerful thing. So just guessing at the possible configurations will... So, you might want to be careful how you go about it. Things like this usually have... Very true. Perhaps you should give them a try. A most... All right. What an amazing machine! That same one. There's just something about this place. I can almost feel it. It's on the... Huh? What? Well, isn't that just... It's a wind map. Very sloppy ink, like it was crafted in a hurry. Through some wind. Like the previous map, there is really only... We will have to leave the furnace before we... All...
Excellent. I have many items just waiting for you.
You know what? I think I'm gonna be done. Whew. Anyone ever want to stop by? Appreciate it. Consider giving a follow. Appreciate that too.